In this box, nothing moves unless you do it yourself. You want to bring the heat, generate passion. You want a ball? Start repping. Make a moment. Start swinging. So let's take this moment and own it. Here come the big guns. It's heavyweights and women's lightweights tonight. It's the PFL playoffs, and it's win or go home, bro. It's more than a fight, it's a season. The PFL on ESPN+.
For the second straight week, the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida, plays host to Professional Fighters League playoff action. August 19th on ESPN and ESPN+, the march to the Season 3 championship continues. Welcome back, fight fans. I'm Sean O'Connell, and yes, for the second straight week, we have semifinals, this time in the women's lightweight and the men's heavyweight division. Professional Fighters League action is the only MMA league with a true sports format. Regular season, that's already in the books. Playoffs, that's happening Thursday night, and then a championship October 27th right here in this same building. These fighters battled their way through a regular season and delivered incredible matchups for us that you will see on ESPN. There's a look at our card featuring a Kayla Harrison, Genah Fabian, grappler versus striker main event, and 3 exciting semifinals, all leading up to it, beginning at 9 Eastern on ESPN and simulcast on ESPN+. There's a look at our early betting odds. Once again, Kayla Harrison, so far undefeated in her pro mixed martial arts career, a prohibitive betting favorite in our main event. It's the heavyweights and the women's lightweights, and this is our heavyweight playoff bracket. The 1 versus 4 matchup featuring 2 exciting PFL newcomers, Bruno Cappelozza, big-time finisher, and Jamelle Jones had one opportunity in our regular season to earn his spot in the playoffs. He delivered a first-round finish to earn that 4 seed. The 2-3 matchup, 2 veterans of the game. Big, tall, strong heavyweights. One representing Russia, one representing Croatia, Denis Goltsov, Ante Delia. This is a literal and figurative massive matchup with a trip to the heavyweight championship on the line. And introducing first our number 3 seed, he'll be fighting out of the blue corner. He represents Zagreb, Croatia, Ante Delia. Delia, 14 wins by stoppage. 11 of those have come in the first round. He's a protege of the mixed martial arts legend Mirko Cro Cop. And the number 2 seed, who will be fighting out of the red corner, representing St. Petersburg, Russia, Denis Goltsov. 5-1 so far in his PFL career, 4 wins by stoppage, looking for his first championship appearance. He is also a combat sambo world champion 3 times over. In our co-main event, we have a fight that promises a finish. Bruno Cappelozza, Jamelle Jones, 2 heavyweights squaring off in their own pursuit of $1 million championship in this semifinal. The number 4 seed fighting out of the blue corner and representing Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, Jamelle Jones. A 2-time junior college wrestling national champion. He entered the season as a late replacement. One opportunity to make the playoffs. He delivered a first-round 6-point stoppage to get here. He's on a 3-fight win streak, all of those by first-round knockout. His opponent, the #1 seed and fighting out of the red corner on Thursday night, Sao Paulo, Brazil's Bruno Cappelozza. Early success for Bruno Cappelozza in his PFL career. 2 knockout finishes have taken a total of 3 minutes and 7 seconds inside of the smart cage. All 12 of his career wins come via knockout. From there, we move to our women's lightweight bracket. The 1-4 matchup, Larissa Pacheco versus the PFL newcomer Taylor Guardado. And the 2-3, our main event, Kayla Harrison, the 2-time Olympic judo gold medalist, versus Genah Fabian, the pride of New Zealand and former Muay Thai world champion. The 1-4 matchup, Taylor Guardado, Larissa Pacheco. Pacheco looking for her 2nd straight trip to a PFL championship. Our #4 seed, 2-0 in her first PFL regular season, representing Las Vegas, Nevada, Taylor Guardado. Standout amateur record before she turned pro. She was 9-1 as an amateur, only loss coming to a familiar name in the MMA world, Ronda Rousey, the lone woman to beat Taylor Guardado so far in her career. The #1 seed in the red corner, fighting out of Marituba, Brazil, Larissa Pacheco. 2 first-round knockouts in the 2021 regular season. One of those knockouts made the Sports Center top 10 highlights. She's the 2019 PFL runner-up, looking for another trip and chance at that $1 million championship belt. And that brings us to our main event coming up on Thursday. Kayla Harrison versus Genah Fabian. Classic MMA matchup, the grappler versus the striker. Both of these women bring world-class credentials into our PFL smart cage. Introducing first, fighting out of Auckland, New Zealand, Genah Fabian. Genah riding a 3-fight win streak into this fight, representing City Kickboxing, one of the finest mixed martial arts gyms here on planet Earth. The former Muay Thai world champion, Genah Fabian. And our returning Season 2 PFL Women's Lightweight Champion, fighting out of Middletown, Ohio, Kayla Harrison. 10-0 so far as a pro in mixed martial arts. 2-time Olympic judo gold medalist, PFL world champion, Kayla Harrison. Fighters are all here, which means now we turn the questions over to the press, those of us live, and of course all of you joining us via Zoom and other internet outlets. We open the floor for your questions.
First and foremost, thank you guys so much for being here and giving us the time. Darnell Giovanni here with MMA Island. Kayla, what would you say is the biggest difference between 2019 Kayla Harrison and 2021 Kayla Harrison?
I mean, the difference is this Kayla would eat that other Kayla alive, you know? Every single day I'm in the gym getting 1% better. I don't skip days. I don't skip training. I feel like I'm now more comfortable, and I'm a dangerous fighter because I'm comfortable, I'm ready, and this is my purpose.
And of course, you've become a mother now. Will the kids be in attendance?
It's really hard to hear them. Yeah. What are they? Sorry, can you repeat? I can't hear you.
Right here, Kayla. Will the kids be in attendance?
Will the kids be in attendance?
Yes.
No, absolutely not. It's school night.
And for Genah, of course, you trained with the likes of Israel Adesanya. Is there anything he shared with you en route to becoming an MMA champion?
We train, multiple times a day, daily for many years now. Just his energy and his vibe and the way that he carries himself obviously rubs off, and his energy, which is a great benefit to our team. We're very tight-knit. But yeah, he just said I'm the baddest bitch in the world when I want to show up and be that. So that's what he shared with me right before I left.
Awesome. And for Bruno, do you regret not getting a chance to face a former champion in the UFC as Fabricio Verdum?
Bruno, alguma parte de você, enfim, fica hesitante aí, chateado de não ter tido a oportunidade de lutar contra o ex-campeão do UFC, Fabrício Verdun?
Bom, seria uma grande oportunidade para mim estar lutando contra ele. Seria um nome que me projetaria muito, mas tem o ano que vem aí, quem sabe a gente possa fazer essa luta acontecer.
Would have been a great opportunity to fight against a huge name. It would have propelled my name to great heights. But hey, there's always the next season. So hopefully we can make that fight happen then.
And last one for Jamelle. You're here now in PFL semifinals. What do you feel was the biggest turnaround in your career to get you to this point?
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Just every fight's been good for me to get here. Literally, I've learned, I've grown, and this is where I belong. So every fight has led me to right here, and it's led me to be successful right here. Yes, sir.
Hey, Jamelle. I'm Jade from Full Sail. How does it feel to be facing the #1 seed in the heavyweight division?
I like that. I wouldn't want it any other way. When I beat him, I'm the #1 seed.
And to follow up, do you think people are underestimating your ability as a fighter?
Clearly, he mentioned Verdum. Verdum's not up here. There's 4 guys left. All 4 guys are talented, and I'm here as the 4th guy going against the #1 guy, and I'm here to make a statement. I'm here to prove that I belong. And if I fall short, I'm fine with that also.
All right, let's take it over to Zoom. Zach Grady, please.
Hi, Zach Grady, USA Today Sports Empire State of Mind. Kayla, thank you for being here today. Just wanted to ask you, with the reports yesterday of competition and contract, and then, of course, what happened in the media day, how have you maintained your focus here on fight week leading into Thursday?
I mean, I'm not even sure I understand the question. This is my job. This is what I do. I'm here to take no prisoners. I think once you have 2 kids, talking to a reporter is super easy.
Okay, so just to follow up on that then, with what happened yesterday in the media day, did you feel that it was your place to step up as the face of the division and the face of the organization to say what you said to that reporter with his really unjournalistic question?
I didn't do it because I'm the face of the PFL or I'm the face of the division. I did it because I'm a woman, and I think that strong women build other strong women up. I don't like to see women disrespected. I don't think he meant it in a negative light. I don't think he was trying to be an asshole or anything. It's just that it's something in our society that needs to be addressed. We can do better. Journalists can do better. And that was my opinion, so I felt strongly and wanted to state it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
My pleasure.
Curtis Calhoun, Zoom.
Hi, this is Curtis Calhoun with Low Kick MMA. My question is for Genah Fabian. How has this experience been this season for you, and how does it feel getting ready to fight on this big of a stage in the PFL playoffs?
Yeah, this season has been great. Another growing experience for me. Obviously, with things being shut down last year, you know, I didn't waste that time when the world went into isolation, I guess. We got right on it, and everything that I, years prior, but that year that we were given, I used as an opportunity to prepare me for this year. And, my experience in the PFL is great. I love the promotion. I love the staff. Everyone looks after us here. And, just getting my wind and comfortability back in the cage, and each fight, each camp, adding on, growing, showing that more in the cage. And, to be here at this point, playing, in the semi-final match against Kayla, one step closer to the goal for 2019. So, 2021. 2019 was when we last season. But, I feel great. I love where I'm at, and it's just, like I said, one step closer to the end goal for this year.
Thanks, Genah. And then a quick question for Kayla Harrison as well. How does it feel being back in the playoffs now, defending your belt, especially after the cancellation of the 2020 season? Does it make it almost that much sweeter being back on this stage, given everything that's happened in the world over the past year and a half?
Absolutely. I think any one of these fighters up here will tell you that the best gift we can be given is the opportunity to compete. So I'm super grateful to be back doing what I love. And I'm excited to put on a show.
Thank you so much for your time.
Gabriel Gonzalez, Zoom.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. First question for Kayla. Kayla, living in Florida and as you've grown in your career, I'm assuming you get a lot more attention. How do your kids react to people stopping you for pictures, autographs, etc.? Like, what do you tell them? How do you explain it?
Well, my 2-year-old has no idea. He just calls me mommy, and he doesn't care that I'm one of the baddest women on the planet. He'll still throw a tantrum at any time of the day. But Kayla really, she takes it all in stride. I think that I'm not a superstar yet. I don't do anything too crazy. We don't live a crazy life. So there's not too much to talk about. She will say to me, Mom, please put this on Instagram. I want to be famous. And that gets a chuckle out of me.
And then a question for Genah. Genah, I'm just curious, do you feel like Eugene Behrman takes it easier or harder on you in training camp because you guys are related and he's your cousin?
I definitely cop it the most. One of the top 3 in the gym that, there's no special treats or favors or even kind, encouraging words some days. He's preparing me for war in all aspects, mental warfare, obviously physical was in, all our training, but that's kind of his style. He takes no prisoners and he really tests you. All of us, those are in camp. It's not a nice time. Camp isn't this uplifting, encouraging, supportive, that it's a hard grind and, you'll be left on the floor, on your back some days and they'll just tell you to move so they can mop the mats. It's like that kind of environment, but it breeds the best out into us. And by the time we come, to fight time, we really are prepared for anything. But no, I'm grateful for him, for sure.
For the record, is he harder on you than he is on Izzy? And secondly, has he ever been so tough that you brought it up at a family get-together?
Oh, I bring it up. I bring it up. But I'd say, he's, it's about equal. I'd say myself, Izzy, Carlos, very much top 3 in terms of who he really rides on in camp. But no, I think maybe Izzy. Yeah, maybe Izzy might maybe just because I am a girl. But no, actually, he doesn't care. Yeah, he gives me a lot of grief, all banter. But it's he's there to toughen me up, I guess.
Thank you.
Michael Morales, Zoom.
Hello, hope everyone is doing well. My first question is for Taylor. Taylor, you're in a pretty interesting division and a pretty interesting playoff bracket right now, with other 3 extremely, good competitors as well, just like you. Why does Taylor Guardado understand that she is the right answer to be leading PFL's women's lightweight division?
I think that being given this opportunity, that's exactly what it was. I wasn't really supposed to be here, and I think that a lot of people didn't think I would make it this far. So why stop now? I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing and hoping to win the rest of the tournament. So.
Thank you. And my other question is for Ante. How does training with someone like Mirko Cro Cop and picking up his brain and learning from him help you evolve as a fighter you are today?
Kako treniranje sa Mirkom Filipovićem ti je pomoglo da postaneš borac koji sada jesi?
Pa to je dosta utjecalo na moju karijeru, jako puno sam napredovao s njim i Mirko jednostavno čvrst lik, jako udara i očušno je zašto kad s njime radiš, tako da puno sam bolji borac od kad trenam s njim.
So this was big improvement on my career. Milko helped me grow a lot. He is very strong, and it helped me improving my career to where I am today.
Perfect. Thank you.
Max going, Zoom.
My question is for Bruno, first of all. When I first talked to you at the start of the season, you were a plus 375 underdog, and now you're sitting here at the number 1 seed. What do you contribute to your recent success and performances?
Bruno, quando a gente conversou a primeira vez, antes do começo da temporada, você era um underdog a $375, ou seja, para quem apostasse 100 em você, levava 375. A que você atribui o seu sucesso e a posição que você se encontra atualmente de primeiro colocado aí na divisão?
Bom, foram 3 anos difíceis aí da minha carreira, fiquei parado sem lutar, mas nenhum dia eu deixei de treinar, então acho que minha evolução, não apenas técnica, mas mental, me colocou aqui e é onde eu estou hoje. Estou muito feliz com o evento, tudo que está me proporcionando, então quando a gente luta feliz, é isso que acontece.
Well, I was 3 years off, and in those 3 years without competing, I did not stop training and improving physically nor mentally. So I attribute it to that, and I'm just happy. I'm happy to be here, and whenever you fight happy, you fight well. So that's what I attribute my success to.
Thanks so much. Then my next question is for Jamelle. I mean, you didn't make your PFL debut till very late in the season, yet here you are in the Final Four. Can you just describe your emotions when you officially made the playoffs and you realized you had that chance at $1 million?
Yeah, my emotions were, you see them. My energy is like electrifying, you know, because this is a big deal for me. It is a big deal for my team. I'm just doing my role. Happy to be here. I didn't plan on being here, but every fight I plan on winning, and the way I win got me here. So, yeah, it means a lot.
Thanks so much. I appreciate the time.
Jonathan from Zoom.
Hey, good afternoon. This one's for Dennis. Dennis, when you get the fight to the ground, you're equally as dangerous with your ground and pound as you are with your submissions. Which one decides which one dictates what you go for?
Денис, вопрос вам. Когда касается борьбы на земле, вы очень опасны. Либо дело доходит до того, чтобы добивать на земле оппонента, либо использовать какие-то удушающие приемы. Какой ваш стиль предпочитаете вы больше, когда бой доходит на землю? То есть вы предпочитаете это переводить в добивание, либо вы предпочитаете удушение делать?
Спасибо за вопрос. На самом деле, я не настолько опасный внизу, как кажется. Просто стараюсь исходить из ситуации и в зависимости от того, как протекает бой, насколько удобная позиция, из этого принимаю решение. Нету таких любимых моментов и предпочтительных моментов, исключительно из поведения боя.
I wouldn't say that the ground game is my favorite when necessarily I'm, trying to finish that way. And it's really based on the current situation and the moment that I'm caught in. So I don't really go for a specific style. I really base it on the situation I'm put in, and I'm just making the best decision based on that.
Awesome. Thank you, Dennis, and good luck in your fight. This one's for Taylor. Although you do have good amateur and exhibition experience, what does this say about your skills making the PFL playoffs so soon in your career?
I mean, I think that it says that I'm prepared, you know. I got to give it all to my coaching staff, my team that beats the crap out of me all the time, and just my grit. Like, I'm getting better still each fight. It shows that. And I'm here for a reason, and I think I'm proving my reason.
Awesome. Thank you, Taylor. This one's for Bruno. Bruno, your only loss in the last 5 years is someone who's currently a title contender in the UFC. What does that say to the high level of competition here in the PFL?
Bruno, sua última derrota Foi nos últimos 5 anos, a sua única derrota foi para um cara que está aí no top do top do UFC. O que, na sua opinião, o que isso fala da competição que a PFL tem aqui a oferecer?
Bom, os atletas do PFL são de alto nível. A gente já viu pelos grandes nomes aí que o PFL trouxe e quase nenhum chegou aí para as semifinais. Então aí a gente vê o alto nível aí do evento.
PFL's at a very high level. If you look at the big signings the league made in the off season between 2020 and 2021, coming from other major promotions, and if you look at who's here now and in the other divisions, few of those guys made it through to the semifinals. So that goes to show the high level of competition the PFL already had instilled.
Thank you, Bruno. This one's for Genah. With every round starting on the feet, what can you do to maximize that time while also not being too defensive?
Yeah, look, we've got a set game plan, and I know my range, I know my timing, I know my opportunities, and it's about setting that up and positioning early, to feel those opening moments and exchanges and setups. So, it's very tactful. It's very down to a T in terms of, where we'll be positioned and how I'll set that up. So, does that answer what you're asking? That question I was a little bit misunderstanding, but I think that's what you meant.
I think it's hard to ask that.
Is that what, yeah?
It's hard to ask that question without making you give up your game plan, so I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, so that's my answer.
Awesome. And finally for Kayla, with such a definitive advantage on the ground, is there a chance that we see some of your striking chops, knowing that you can always fall back to that ground game?
Yeah, of course, it's a fight. Anything can happen. I feel comfortable in my striking. I feel confident. I'm not worried about it on the feet. We'll see what happens.
Awesome. Thank you, and good luck to everybody.
Harry Mack, Zoom.
Harry Mack from the Boogie's Basement. This question is for Genah. So I just wanted to know, do you feel like you're kind of being overlooked in this fight at all? I mean, 2 impressive regular season performances, and it still feels like a lot of people are kind of talking about Kayla, fighting for the title again as an inevitability.
Yeah, look, all that's irrelevant to me, It's been actually really nice being an underdog. And look, being dismissed or that kind of talk or that angle towards me will only play into my favor, So I've taken this time for what it is, being able to, 100% focus and not worry about any extra obligations on top of obligations. But yeah, look, Kayla is the current champ. Of course she's going to get the hype and adulation that she deserves. And she's 10-0, so that's nothing kind of new or surprising. But look, I've let that play, and my team and I've let that play into our favor. And all the social media posts and blog things and questions and tips and matchups from other people doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. I've prepared hard. I know I've got the skill, the camp, the game plan, and the size to be able to beat her that night. So that's my only focus and concern, and what it will come down to, come fight night.
Got it. Thank you very much. And my next question is for Taylor, and it's actually a similar question. So you also had 2 very impressive regular season wins, and yet it still kind of feels like Larissa's a prohibitive favorite in this fight. You're kind of the third favorite to win the title. So do you feel like you're being overlooked at all, or written off, or almost like you're kind of the dark horse in this division?
No, I don't feel like that at all. I feel like I've gotten the attention that I deserve with 2 wins. I mean, that's what I have. I have 2 wins in PFL. I'm not expecting to get media news coverage all day or be a favorite in this fight. Larissa has an amazing record. She has amazing wins. She finishes 99% of her wins. So, I mean, I'm here for a reason, though. So, I mean, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing.
Got it. Thank you. And lastly, for Kayla, after yesterday, I just kind of wanted to know your opinion. Do you think there's something specific about MMA that just attracts so many dumb people?
Yes. Yes. No, I'm not sure. Listen, you got to be. First of all, we're all insane to get locked in a cage and try and beat the shit out of each other. So we're all crazy, and I think crazy attracts crazy, and crazy is probably a little bit stupid. So.
Fair enough. Well, thank you all very much. Best of luck.
Tanai, Zoom.
Tanai here from MMA Island. I have a question for Larissa. Larissa, you're coming off 2 awesome first-round knockouts in the regular season. How confident are you to go up against a tough opponent in Taylor Gordado?
Larissa, você vem de, enfim, 2 nocautes imponentes aí na temporada regular. Como é que tá a sua confiança aí nessa luta contra Taylor Gordado?
Bom, os 2 nocautes, eles são só o que o meu trabalho representa, o que eu vim aqui fazer. Mas a confiança está 100%, eu estou bem, estou me sentindo bem fisicamente, mentalmente, eu estou preparada para isso. Eu me preparei para isso durante esse ano, então é isso, eu estou feliz, eu estou fazendo meu trabalho e não tem coisa que me deixa mais feliz que isso, então.
So the 2 knockouts are representation of what goes on in the gym and my preparation and what my teammates and I have been working on together. I'm happy, and I'm happy with the work I'm putting forth, and I'm here to keep on to remain happy and to put on another great show.
Thank you for the time. Good luck.
Breeze, Zoom.
Hey, it's Breeze with the MMA Breeze. Question for Kayla. You know, being the returning champ and having so much experience in PFL, what are some of your favorite changes or evolutions that the PFL has made this season?
Well, I'm happy they had a season. That's a good start. I like the new talent pool. I think there's a lot of exciting new fighters, both on the female side and the male side. I think that the production value has gone up in a mega way. They're really good fights, really good to watch on TV. And I think that I've always believed in the PFL. I've always believed in the season format. I've always believed that it should be more sport-based, less entertainment-based. When you continue down that path, you're going to have an evolution of the sport, and you're going to have the best fighters fighting for the title. And I think that that's the way that sport should be.
Right on, right on. And last question for Larissa. You are the only fighter that Kayla hasn't finished. And in fact, you've gone the distance with her 2 times. How much would it mean for you to make it back to the finals and get another shot at the champion in Kayla Harrison?
Larissa, você é a única oponente aí da Kayla que ela não conseguiu finalizar ou não conseguiu nocautear. Como é que você se sente? Como você se sentiria com potencial final aí, uma trilogia contra ela, podendo ter mais uma chance aí de lutar contra a campeã?
Bom, eu sou muito feliz já de estar aqui, né? Como o Bruno, eu também passei 3 anos sem lutar e depois eu tive uma dificuldade para encontrar luta. E o PFL foi uma casa muito boa para mim, é uma casa muito boa. Então, só o fato de estar lutando 4 vezes no ano já me deixa muito feliz. Então, uma trilogia com ela é só mais um passo do trabalho, não tem muito o que dizer, a gente já fez isso, a gente vai fazer de novo e a gente vai fazer quantas vezes tiver que fazer, porque eu vou estar aqui para enfrentar quem tiver que enfrentar.
So just as Bruno, I was off for 3 years prior to my to being signed by the PFL. I'm extremely happy with where I am right now with the work I'm putting forth. I mean, it's just already a blessing to be able to fight 4 times in a year. So, and then to have another crack at competing against Kayla, that's awesome. And I'm going to be here. I'm going to be a part of this division, knocking people out for as long as it takes, and we're going to keep on fighting each other.
Right on. Thank you and good luck to everyone.
Dylan Bolker.
Thanks for taking my call. My first question here was for Dennis, because I was noticing that he was getting in some great work with a tenured, well-regarded heavyweight in Sergey Haratonov. I'm curious, like, the benefits to, I guess, his preparations leading into this particular fight working with Sergey Haratonov.
Денис, вопрос вам. Мы знаем, что вы занимались с Сергеем Харитоновым подготовительно к этому бою подходя. Как вы считаете, на вас отразилась работа с таким человеком, как Сергей? В чем улучшения в вашей подготовке прошли? Как вам это помогло подойти к бою?
Да, действительно, мы проходили с ним небольшой сбор. Так совпало, что и у него на следующий день после моего будет бой 20 числа. И договорились с ним поспринговать, подготовиться, разогнаться перед боем. Я считаю, что это была очень отличная подготовка для него и для меня, потому как и он имеет большую массу, большую силу и опыт. И, в принципе, мне было интересно и полезно с ним поработать, и ему приятно было со мной подвигаться на скорости. Для обоих нас это было, конечно, очень полезно. Я надеюсь, конечно, в дальнейшем можно будет это что-то перевести и сделать полноценный кэмп.
Yeah, it was just coincidence that he's fighting on the 20th, a day right after us, which we are having on the 19th. It was a pleasure sparring with him. We had put some work in. You know, he's a great, powerful fighter. He has great experience. He's very strong, and it's been great pleasure sparring with him, spending time, exchanging our experience. And I'm definitely hoping that it might be even a thing in future that we kind of gonna have a camp where we can train together and prepare for our fights.
Appreciate the insights, and just a quick follow-up to Ante, because, you know, faced some very big name heavyweights throughout the career. I mean, like Rico Rodriguez, Valentine Overeem, Ollie Thompson, Carl Semena-Tafa, etc. Where does Denis Goltsov stack up in terms of like the myriad of opponents you've tested skills with so far?
Kroz svoju karijeru si imao više dobrih protivnika. Gde ti se nalazi Denis na nekoj lestvici?
Denis je definitivno najveća borba moje karijere, a spreman sam za njega i spreman sam za bilo koga i spreman sam osvojiti ovaj turnir.
So Denis is probably the biggest fight of my career. I'm ready for him and I'm ready for anybody.
Appreciate the insights. Thanks so much.
Jay Anderson.
Hey, thanks very much. And first question for Kayla. A few moments ago, you mentioned, wanting to see things become more sport-based, so this might play into it a little, but we've seen more of your confidence on the mic this season. You've had a few mic drop moments post-fight. I'm just wondering if that's a reflection of where you are in the cage, your confidence level there, or if it's a realization that to get over with the general public, you need to do a bit of self-marketing.
To be honest, it's probably a little bit of both. Number one, I'm 10 fights into my career. I train hard. I believe I deserve to be here. I believe I'm the best in the world. And that confidence comes inside the cage and outside of the cage. And number two, I realize that people don't want miscongeniality. They don't want, they don't want some Mrs. Nice Girl. And it's not that I'm having a personality or anything like that. I've just realized that I'm going to say what I think, and people can like it or not like it, but as long as they watch me fight, I really don't care.
And second question for you, Kayla, if you look to the other side of the bracket to Larissa and Taylor, who do you expect to see in the finale on that side?
I think that people probably have Larissa down, and my gut says that, but if we just went based off who should win or could win, then we wouldn't put the fights on. So I'm excited to watch these ladies fight and give it their best, and I'll be ready for whoever it is. Doesn't matter.
And last one from me for Auntie. For fight fans, Mirko Cro Cop is a legend. We all know right leg hospital, left leg cemetery. I'm just wondering, what's your favorite Cro Cop moment?
Kao što svi znaju, Mirko Filipović je legenda. Leva noga bolnica, desna noga groblje. Ko je tvoj omiljeni moment Mirkove karijere?
Pa definitivno lijevi high kick i lijevi middle kick.
So my favorite moment is probably his left high kick.
Dobio sam ga više puta, tako da.
I felt it few times, so I know how it feels.
All right, thanks very much. Sorry about the high kick.
All right, last question. Ronald Smith, please, via Zoom.
This is Ronald E. Smith from Getting Real. My question is for Kayla. Kayla, as the Olympics have come and gone, one of the things that come out of it was the talk of mental health. So I would love to know, in your 2 cents, how important is athletes to be honest about themselves and to talk about mental health?
Well, I think not just athletes, but for humans in general, mental health is super important. I think that there is still a little bit of a, what's the word I'm looking for?
Stigma.
Stigma, yes, thank you. There's still a little bit of stigma when it comes to mental health. I think that one of the reasons I personally am so successful is because I focus a lot on the mental aspect of things. I train my mind just like I train my body. And I don't skip days of visualization. I don't skip days of looking at my goals. I don't skip days of writing things down that I need to work on and visualizing it and going through it in my head. And I think that has helped prepare my positive mental muscle to make me successful. And I think that if everyone practiced that, if everyone practiced mindfulness, if everyone practiced believing in themselves, if everyone practiced visualizing what they want to achieve, we would have a world full of much, much happier and more at peace people. So not just for athletes, but for everyone in general, I strongly encourage you to take a moment, think about what you want, write it down, visualize it, and look how quickly your world changes.
Thank you.
All right, thank you to everyone who participated, asked questions. Thanks to all the fighters for your patience here. We're going to face these fighters off now, so give us a second. We're going to clear off this stage, and we're going to get some face-offs going, build a little bit of hype and tension for these semifinal matchups coming up on Thursday night. The card starts at 5:30 on ESPN+, and then, of course, the semifinal action begins on ESPN and simulcast on ESPN+ as well. And with that, we'll take a look at our women's lightweight bracket one more time. 1 versus 4, Larissa Pacheco, Taylor Guardado. The PFL veteran knockout artist this season against Taylor Guardado, who is so far successful in her early run at a PFL season. Kayla Harrison, the returning champion in our main event, will take on a former Muay Thai world champion in Genah Fabian, representing City Kickboxing out of Auckland, New Zealand. And a reminder on our heavyweight bracket. When you talk about finishers, that 1 versus 4 matchup has everything that you need. Bruno Cappelozza, all 12 of his career wins, knockouts. Jamelle Jones needed to deliver a knockout just to earn a spot in these playoffs. He did so in the first round. In the 2-3 matchup, 2 very experienced, very savvy veterans of the fight game, and both humongous men, Denis Goltsov, Ante Delia in the 2-3 matchup. Russia versus Croatia there. $5:30, the action begins with our showcase bouts on ESPN+. Heavyweights and women lightweights looking to earn a spot in future PFL seasons. And then at 9 p.m. Eastern and simulcast on both ESPN and ESPN+, our playoffs. Heavyweights and women's lightweights getting back in action. And without further ado, We bring another combat sports legend to the stage to face these fighters off. Our president of fighter operations, Sugar Ray Sefo. And the crowd goes wild. Our first heavyweight semifinal matchup, representing Croatia, Ante Delia. And his opponent, the World Combat Sambo champion, Denis Goltsov. Uncommon for Ray Sefo to be the smallest man in a trio, but these are humongous heavyweights squaring off to open our ESPN card. From there, we go to our women's lightweight semifinal, the 1 seed versus the 4 seed. Introducing first, Taylor Guardado. Guardado 2-0 in her PFL regular season, representing Extreme Couture in Las Vegas, Nevada. And she'll take on the number 1 seed, 2 big knockout finishes to earn that spot, Larissa Pacheco. The pride of Marituba, Brazil, looking for a second straight trip to the Women's Lightweight Championship here in Professional Fighters League action. Back to the heavyweight bracket we go to round out that championship match. Our number 4 seed, Jamelle Jones. We talk a lot about his finishing power with his fists, but Jamelle Jones is a 2-time JUCO national champion in wrestling. And his opponent, 1 season so far in the PFL, and only 3 minutes spent inside of the smart cage, but that's enough to earn him the number 1 seed, Bruno Cappelozza. And we will finish our night with a feature main event. 2 world-class competitors in the women's lightweight division. Representing Auckland, New Zealand, in the blue corner, Genah, Fabian. She will square off with the 2019 PFL Lightweight Women's World Champion, the 2-time Olympic Judo gold medalist, Kayla Harrison. Fabian versus Harrison to finish off a great night of playoff semifinal action. One more look at our playoff fight card, 9 o'clock Eastern, ESPN and ESPN Plus. 4 semifinal matchups, 4 fighters in each weight class has earned their way through a regular season into these playoffs, and the winners will keep alive their hopes for a 2021 PFL World Championship and a $1 million prize. Make sure you're with us tomorrow for the weigh-ins, Thursday night for showcase bouts starting at 5:30 Eastern, and then for PFL semifinals in the women's lightweight division and the men's heavyweight division. Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida plays host to the biggest night in PFL playoffs. See you then.